to the Gambl'n Garage, and we're back. I got Max and Zach here this week. Bryant couldn't make it. He's sick. So we're going to get rolling. We got a little bit of everything this weekend. NBA's back. NHL's around. NCAA, NFL. That's what we're going to give you. But I want to start off by talking a little MLB World Series. We got Mattress Max. He's got $10 million to win $75 million currently on the Astros tomorrow night. Throwing out the first pitch in that game. Honestly, Mattress, you ain't going to close tomorrow night. That's how I feel. So let's get started.
Yeah, I like Phillies.
I like the Phillies too. Betting with my heart on that one. Also, his name is pronounced Mattress Mac.
Mattress Mac. Yeah. That's what I said, right?
You said Mattress Max. I thought you were referring to myself. And I was just like, is that just like a play on it or whatever? Because I am definitely not with the Astros. So
well, that happens. But the over-under tomorrow night's at 7. And the spread is at plus 1.5. So, you think they're going to cover the spread, money line? What are you looking at?
Wait, say it again.
It's plus 1.5. Phillies tomorrow night.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know a lot about baseball. I'm usually one of those guys that just pays attention in the World Series. But yeah, I'd like to see the non-cheaters win. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, that's where I'm at. Not big on baseball, but sounds like we're taking the Phillies.
Yep.
All right.
That's right.
Well, let's get hopped right on in here to some NCAA this week. The first game we're going to start off with is going to be Georgia, which is going to be the number 1 team in the country currently. Dude, we got to restart, bro.
Why?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Why?
I'm trying to fucking pull up the games. All right.
Georgia.
All right.
Tennessee is number 1 in the country.
You can cut it off?
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Just act like nothing fucking happened. Okay, ready?
I got it. All right. The first game we're going to go to is going to be a night game on Friday. That's going to be Oregon State. They're plus 4.5 at Washington. Who are you going to take there, Max?
I mean, are we going through that because it's going on right now?
This is wrong.
This is on in an hour.
Or yeah, it's on in an hour, I guess. And so yeah, okay.
We got to restart. All right, where are we at?
Start. I like that Oregon State Washington.
All right.
Let's
talk about
Ready?
it. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
All right, so we're here with the.
God damn it.
All right,
we miss Bryant.
Yeah. Stop, everyone.
All right. Oregon State.
Wait,
Washington.
You ready? You're gonna clap or am I gonna clap? All right. So the first game we have here on Friday is gonna be Washington hosting Oregon State. The over/under in this game is 53.5, and the spread is Washington minus 4.5. Who are you gonna take here, Zach?
I like Washington. Probably betting against the money here, but I like Washington. I think Oregon State's not a great team away. Washington's a hard place to play. Quarterback steps up. I like Washington.
Yeah. Both these teams are like so hit or miss. I feel like I'll probably just stick away from betting in either team just because I don't like leaning one way or the other on the spread or money line, anything to do with that. But I will take that over 54 because I do think both of these teams will be able to put up points.
Yeah, and I like that as well. The thing with Oregon State is they're not going to be playing at home. If Oregon State was at home, I think they win this game. Cold-hardly, night game, hard place to play.
Yep.
Washington, different story, vice versa, right? Michael is going to do his thing. Washington is going to win this game. Money line, I don't know if they cover that spread.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, the next game we got up this week is going to be number 1 Tennessee at number 3 Georgia.
Oh, I mean, what's the spread?
The spread on this game is currently at minus 9.5 Georgia.
Fuck, man. I don't think Georgia's been as good as they're not the. I think they've come a little down from week 1 when they beat Oregon, and I think a lot of people are still holding on to that. And I like, dude, it's hard not to ride with Tennessee. They're like it's so fucking exciting that they haven't been this good in a while, and just that fucking color scheme is so goddamn sexy. It's like that's gonna be a hell of a game, but I mean I love 9 points, 9.5.
Yeah,
I love that.
And the over/under is a 65.5, which is a lot of scoring.
I like that over though. But I agree with that. I think Tennessee's record or resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
5 wins against ranked teams.
Fuck.
I do think it might be different going in between the hedges and playing at Georgia.
Oh, yeah, Kirby and the boys are ready.
9 points. There's a lot of points. If you want to be safe, tease it to 10.
Yeah.
Because I could see a high-scoring, close game, maybe an overtime game.
Here's where it gets weird for me is I think Kirby could possibly blow Tennessee out. And I think that's where the -9's even popping up from is because, you could get the Georgia that's just completely dominant. And you could see a Tennessee not be able to move the football for the first time all year. We don't know. But I'm going to take Georgia money line in this game if I'm going to play it. But as of right now, I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. Georgia could definitely come out and play, but I just think their whole strength of schedule is not great. I mean, they had a win against Oregon, and then they shut out Vanderbilt and one other bad team. They haven't impressed me. Tennessee has every other week where I'm like, I don't know if I want to bet Tennessee, and then they go out and rock somebody. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like a lot of people are high on Tennessee, but they're also just holding their breath for that downfall. Yeah. And I mean, with that fucking wide receiver, Tennessee's wide receiver,
5 touchdowns a game is Jalen Hyatt.
Dude,
he's averaging like 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
a game.
What in the fuck?
He's been balling. Yeah, and this is going to segue us into a pretty unique game that I want to talk about. This one is kind of probably on everyone's radar. It's a Big 12 matchup. It's going to be Texas Tech at TCU. TCU's -8. Over under is 69 in that game. And the reason it stands out to me is that the concerning pieces with the college football playoff. There's a lot coming together right now. A lot of teams that could lose, whatever. Is TCU, if they go undefeated, going to make the playoff? So, to me, I'm looking at TCU as they're going to go undefeated this year. But if you jump down that rabbit hole, you can talk for days.
It would be so cool to see TCU in the playoff.
It would.
That would be sick.
It would.
Actually, now that you say that, I just want to root for that.
Yeah.
I didn't really have that on my radar, and kind of was biased against getting a Big 12 team in the playoff just because it seems that the SEC is just so far and above the rest. But yeah, and I think the Big 12 just kind of murders, they cannibalize each other and then fuck each other over. But that's a storyline I can root for.
Yeah, and what's crazy here for me is the Red Raiders are always upset city. So the reason I bring up the undefeated thing is if they're going to go undefeated, then one team they got to beat is the Red Raiders this weekend. That's going to be an interesting, close game.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I agree. I've said it every week. I think the same kind of thing with Tennessee. I think we're waiting on TCU slip up.
Yeah,
but I think
100%.
I think you're right, Henry. I think if they go undefeated, they get to the playoffs, and that's what motivation can you have that's better than that. I think 8 is a lot of points against Texas Tech. I think if I'm betting this game, I'll take the over because I could see a really high scoring game.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's get back to that SEC conference. Looks like we got Kentucky, Missouri. That line earlier in the week was -1 Missouri. That has now become a pick'em game. And like I said, the over/under in this is sitting at 40. We all know Kentucky controls the ball. Let's see. What do you think?
Zach, go first.
Yeah, I like Kentucky in this game. Kentucky's the lock of the week. We have 2 parlays going on this week. Kentucky's my lock in the college football parlay. I think the line is sketchy, where it started, where it's moved. Everything's kind of sketchy about it. But
I feel like that's because South Carolina lost to Missouri.
As a ranked team.
Right, and then South Carolina beat Kentucky. So that might be where that line's coming from.
Yeah, I just don't think Missouri can have 2 big wins in a row. I think Kentucky's defense will step up against Missouri. Missouri's very wishy-washy, so I think they'll step up. Kentucky's defense will step up.
Yeah, I don't know much about Missouri, but yeah, I'll ride with you guys on this. I'll trust you.
Yeah, like I said, I like Kentucky. They're going to control the clock, and that's why the over/under's at 40. Who knows? Kentucky might have the ball 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on into this game in the Big Ten. It's going to be Iowa at Purdue. we have Purdue minus 3.5 and an over/under of 39.5. I like Purdue here.
Yeah, this game's hard for me. I kind of like Iowa, honestly. I think Iowa's got a good defense, and I think Purdue really hasn't shown me that much.
Oh, Jack! Linebacker Jack!
Yeah, what's that under?
The over/under is 39.5, which is pretty low, or like really low in college.
But I'd still take it.
I'm still riding that.
Yeah?
I just think it's two of the more boring teams. So I just think they're both going to.
And Iowa's defense is good, man. They got a good defense.
Yeah.
I don't care what the score was against that Ohio State game, but they got a good defense, man.
Yeah. And talk about Ohio State. Let's go into that game. We got Ohio State Buckeyes hosting Northwestern. Actually, they're at Northwestern, and they're minus 39 in that game, and the over/under is at 55.5.
Good Lord.
I love this game, and I'll tell you why I love this game. Not because I'm an Ohio State fan, but if Ohio State scores over like 20 points, I think it is, they'll get the FBS record for most consecutive games over 20 points, and it's like 170 something.
Damn.
So, and Ohio State's just, everybody is talking about there's no way Ohio State should be above Georgia. There's no way Ohio State should even be above Michigan after losing last year. They're ready to play. Northwestern's a very bad team. They win by 50.
Yeah, this isn't that like frisky Northwestern team we've seen in the past where they'll that.
Wins the pass.
I don't know. I
Like
feel like
years ago?
Northwestern, like,
10 years
Big
ago?
Ten championship.
and I feel like when teams like go and play at Northwestern, it kind of throws them off. And is this in Ohio State?
No.
It doesn't even
No,
fucking
it's at
matter.
Northwestern.
It doesn't matter. But I get like in the past decade or so, I feel like teams, and it was kind of like Kinnick in a way. Like they would beat like a fucking just come out of nowhere and beat like a top 10 team. And even when they'll like go 500 every year, or like a little less than 500 maybe, but I feel like they would get like one significant win where you're like, holy shit. But that is, of course, not the team that we see here today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, like
Here's where I'm at.
OSU's gonna fucking roll.
The Central Michigan played University of Northern Illinois the other night. University of Northern Illinois beat Northwestern this year.
Yeah.
Ohio State is going to cover 40 points against any team that loses to the University of Northern Illinois.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
So let's kick through that. Let's get over to the Big 12 again. I got Oklahoma State at Kansas. This was -1 at Kansas, and now is a pick'em game.
I'll start this one off. I would like to apologize to the people.
Thank you.
For the Oklahoma State lock last week. That was bad, dead from the start.
Awful.
48-0. Worst pick of my entire life. I'm sorry.
It's like the Washington Wizards if you took them on a Thursday night.
Bad as well.
They lost by 55.
Very bad.
Yeah. You stressed about that, Henry?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Comes and goes.
Good.
With that being said, though, the Oklahoma State, I'm not betting that team probably for the rest of the year. I don't care what happens.
I agree,
They're
dude.
dead. They're in the
I'm out.
graveyard.
Yeah.
I'll take Kansas.
Yeah.
Dude, no, and the funny thing
Is
is
their
like,
quarterback back or is he out for the season?
I don't
like,
care.
you're
Yeah,
a
they
blood.
might be out for the season.
I don't care.
Kansas.
I'm not betting on Oklahoma State either for the rest of the year. I was pretty confident about your pick last week too. So I mean, there's no reason to apologize to me, I think, and to a lot of people. I don't think anyone was just like, yeah, that you should have known.
Yeah, I took -21 against State.
Like,
Woo!
if you're saying that,
Yeah.
you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show me the slip!
Yeah, I want to see the slip. If you get any flack from this, like it's not justified because no one saw that coming. That was a wild game, and it was the good thing was it was dead from the start. So it was just like, okay, like maybe I can go check in. It wasn't like a bad beat or anything like that. So it
Low stress.
Yeah,
Low
it
stress
was-
loss.
Yeah, there was no stress. After the first 10 minutes, it was
Yeah.
what? Like,
it was a very
28-0.
It was a very frustrating first 10 minutes, but then you just go into like that mode of like acceptance.
Yeah.
unless you were the guy who kept betting Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Then you had an awful week.
gonna lose by over 14.
Yeah.
You had a rough one.
I mean, I knew we were in trouble from the
Yeah.
second play of the game.
Well, I'll be honest with y'all, all right?
That channel got turned pretty quick.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, I kick it to another game that I bet big last week, and I felt this kind of weird way, was Syracuse. Syracuse is going to Pittsburgh, and they are +4, and the over-under is 48.
So, who's out again? Syracuse quarterback?
Syracuse,
The quarterback. Yeah.
But the backup quarterback, Del Rio. Oh wow,
Is he good?
dude, he came in last week, and they had an opportunity. Syracuse had the opportunity the whole time to win this game, and then last 4 minutes, they just turned the ball over, let them score, missed an opportunity, turned it over again. It looked bad, and that was why the game got so big so quick. But
Yeah.
Syracuse might stick with it forward with this quarterback.
Notre Dame did look good though. I had the Notre Dame plus 3.5 on my bets, and it was again another low stress bet that looked like it was going to win the whole game. So Notre Dame is making right steps. With this Cuse game though, I don't know if Cuse has 3 letdowns in a row.
Yeah.
So I think they should beat Pitt and at least cover the +4.
Well, it's funny. I was watching the other day on ESPN, and they were talking about teams who've covered the spread or not. And Wake Forest and Syracuse are 6-1 against the spread. Neither one of them covered last week.
Wow.
Damn.
So that's where you
tough.
get some juice there.
Yeah.
Let's roll back. Let's get out west. Let's go Oregon, Colorado. Okay.
Jesus, what's this? Let me guess the spread.
Guess the spread here.
Let me guess the spread. Or in Oregon.
No. Woo! They're here. They're mile high, baby.
Dude, Colorado. I'm taking Colorado money line. No, I'm just kidding.
They don't even offer it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say like what, 35?
You're
It
close.
was 38.
Up, down a little bit.
It was 38. when I was
38 when you were looking at it?
Yeah.
Wow, they dropped it down to 31.5, so somebody is pulling some strings.
Yeah.
That's a little fishy.
Dude, I mean 31.5. I'm taking Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the Buffs covered a spread, except for once all year,
They
right?
stormed the field.
Yeah. Against Cal.
Yeah.
They're bad. The Buffs are bad. I always shit talk on Oregon though. Bo Nix can't do this. Bo Nix can't do that.
Away from
Colorado's
home.
bad. Colorado's that bad.
There's some uh-ohs for the Buffaloes.
And honestly though, like fuck man, I'm done trashing that Bo Nix Bo Nix handled UCLA.
Yeah.
And after that I was just like, man, I need to quit. I've been putting some hate on his name, and I think I owe Bo Nix an apology. So
Same.
no, fuck you, Bo. Just kidding.
Respect for you, Bo.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's kick it into the Midwest. We got a little bit of Baylor at Oklahoma.
Love this game.
We got Oklahoma minus 3.5. Over under 61.5. Where you at, Max?
I love the over, and I was gonna take Baylor money line. I think Oklahoma is just.
I love the Green Machine.
I think Baylor's legit, man, and I think they'll stick up a shit ton of points on this Oklahoma team. I think Oklahoma will do the same. That's why I love the over as the strongest play here. But I definitely love Baylor plus 3.5.
I agree. I love the over. Baylor's just impressed me every single game I've watched them this year.
It's
so-
the eye test, man, and knowing what they did last season. Baylor's a great team.
And their coach is great too. Their coach has been really, really good.
I think he's an NFL candidate.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe
This
maybe
might
he'll
be his
leave
last
and then they
season.
get Art Briles back.
maybe
Matt Rule.
will go.
Matt Rule hit Matt Baylor.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
Get out.
Wait, is Art Briles? Is he coaching?
Yeah, I think if you're like a D2 school or something.
Oh god.
Yeah.
God,
Or maybe
God
it-
help the women at that
It
school.
might
might
be
be a
Central
high school.
Arkansas.
No, it might be a high school.
He's around minors.
Oh
my God.
That's
He couldn't.
There's
There's
no
no way. It's part of his like parole. God damn! How he didn't serve time.
Well, let's get it over to Michael Jordan's country. Let's talk about Carolina at Virginia. Carolina's -7, over under 60. This game is going to get weird. It always does. Carolina, Virginia, it gets weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about either of these schools this year. What's the spread on that?
-7 Carolina, who, if Carolina was to win out and beat Clemson in the ACC championship, they might be in the national championship.
No.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. They have only
How
lost
did-
one football game.
Who did they lose to? I thought it was a bad loss.
It was a bad loss, but they've been kicking everyone else's ass.
Damn. Who was their one loss? Because that's what I remember. Like,
I
don't know.
think
We can come back to it, but
no. I think they
They lost to Notre Dame 45-32.
yeah.
oh, it's not that
And
bad.
in September, though. So
Yeah, that's early.
Well, you know their quarterbacks, Drake May, Luke May, all-time great there. It's his
Hills.
brother. Yeah,
Basketball.
Go Hills.
And Mr. and Mrs. May's kid.
About to throw tutties. All right, what do you got there, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, Virginia's defense is good.
They lost to Old Dominion though.
Yeah, but no. Did they?
That was who lost to Old Dominion. Yeah.
Okay, well, I still think their defense is decent.
I just thought about that because I was Carolina trained too, pretty heavy. I'm like, and then I'm like, Virginia's going to keep it close, and then I was like, wait, they lost to Old Dominion.
But then why is that line so
it's a tough
small, though? Because
But
Carolina's been putting up 40 points a game.
Yeah, and Virginia's always put them close. That's probably why. Last year they won by 2. I think 3 or 4 years ago they won by 5. It's always been
okay.
close.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll bet Carolina, but I'm not stoked about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get over to the good old.
Brain fart.
Love that game.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
This one's a heater.
I'm gonna go get. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a heater. This here is pure heat. We got Liberty plus 14.5 at Arkansas. Over under 64. Where you at? Because I know where I am. Flaming.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You seem to have more of an opinion on probably anyone in the game in the country on this game.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, big money here. Okay, and what I mean by that is Liberty Flames plus 14.5 is a steal of a deal. If you got an opportunity to watch them play this year, they handed BYU a Mormon ass whooping. It was bad. They made them get on a plane, go back to Utah, and feel secluded. It was awful. And I tell you, Arkansas, they've been up for the last 6 weeks, fucking around with Sam Pittman's cousins.
Arkansas did whoop up on BYU the week before, though.
Yeah, there's something about Arkansas. I like watching Arkansas.
I love Sam Pittman, bro.
Coach is my favorite coach in college football.
I love watching Arkansas. Like, for some fucking reason. I don't know what was the game earlier where it was like Arkansas versus was it maybe Cincinnati? Like early it was like week 1, I think. They played Cincinnati. Like that was an exciting game. Like I don't know. I've watched multiple Arkansas games and they're always just fun to fucking watch. They don't always win, but you know, they're fun to watch.
They've been chasing that dream for a minute, but I like Liberty here plus 14.5 and possible money line play depending on how KJ Jefferson and the boys come out.
So that's your lock of the week?
That is the lock of the week for old Hennick on the NFL side. We're about to switch into a little college, and I got some juice.
On the NFL side?
You're taking Liberty on the NFL side?
Yeah. Liberty plays the Texans. What do you think that spread is?
Honestly, I was thinking about Davis.
Probably plus 14.5.
Like, I'm going to be real with you guys. There's a lot going on up here. And the NFL portion.
Henry's mind is a scary place.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
The old quarterback. What's his name for Liberty?
Malik Willis
Malik Willis.
for the Titans?
Yeah, is he starting this week?
No, I think Ryan Tannehill practiced today.
Isn't the Liberty...
See, that's where I got the NFL. I'm like, Willis!
Liberty is the school that has... They're like the religious school, right?
Oh, yeah, no TVs
And they had that
dorms.
And they had that president who got outed because his wife was fucking the pool boy, and he was like cut and like watching in like a hotel room, and his wife was hooking up with the pool boy, and like there's a whole documentary.
What?
Yeah, dude. And
I know.
they're also
Andrew
one
was
of the
talking
only.
about when he would play football there.
Yeah,
dude.
he's like, dude, their president got like kicked out and like shamed, and like the pool boy came out and was just like, yeah, we started hooking up, and he was like on the couch watching, and it's a wild ride. I haven't seen it. I just kind of like read the story about it, and I haven't seen the documentary, but it's one check that I want to check out for sure.
Dude, I couldn't imagine it. I mean, last week when you had a Liberty and a BYU team playing each other, it just had to be like no TVs were on.
How many cell phones do you think were in that stadium?
0. Everybody's still using the fabric. What are those? What you put the film in the fucking camera? Polaroids. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Polaroids and Scientology.
Soaking? The soaking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's kick it into
Google
the
it,
NFL.
kids.
That's about all we got here for the NCAA this week. We rolled through that pretty good. Let's see what we got here, man.
I have a few more games for college. Hold on. I like the Army.
Oh, we got to talk Clemson Notre Dame.
I like the Service Academy under. That's always a bet every single time they play.
Fair.
And then I like Clemson to roll Notre Dame.
I do too, man. Like we were talking about it earlier. You shut the run down. You make him pass. Like I think. What's the spread? Like 3?
I think 3.5.
Minus 3.
I think that should be. A lot higher.
You know, this game, the reason I didn't even, again, there's a lot going on up here, right? And the reason I didn't read this game, yeah, left, right, left. I don't know. But I'm telling you, the reason this game didn't cross my mind real quick is because I have 3 words. Fuck Marcus Freeman! And he is not going back to Notre Dame next year. I hope not. Because the Irish ain't lucky with a guy like that.
They stepped up. Their running back's good. Running game's good. But I think we were talking before the show, Clemson's got a very, very good run defense. And you make that Drew Pine, Notre Dame quarterback throw the ball.
Exactly.
Not gonna end well for him. So.
Yeah.
And fuck Marcus Freeman!
Yeah, fuck Marcus Freeman, man. Yeah.
Coach Tom! Take your ass to Notre Dame!
All right. You got any more on college?
I think we're good there.
All right.
My mind is floating in the abyss, baby. I'm good to go.
All right, so should we go right into NFL, or do you guys want to take a sec? Do you guys?
The only seconds I have.
I don't know. Whatever you're about to say, just don't. just save those words.
Say those words for your kids. All right, let's get started. Oh, yeah, we got one last one. Alabama and LSU. Woo!
Oh yeah, duh.
They're playing each other at the LS to the U.
Death Valley. Junior.
Woo!
Tigers. Clemson Tigers.
I'm rolling Tiger Town both ways, I'm all right. LSU all day and Clemson Tigers all day.
Isn't it? What is it like that?
Fires me up.
What's the name of Alabama Stadium?
Denny Bryant.
Denny Bryant, and they call that like Denny Bryant West because
yeah.
Alabama has always kicked the shit. Like they haven't beat LSU hasn't won in Death Valley against Alabama in like a very long time, and so they call Death Valley Bryant Denny West. And so I think this is gonna be like, I think Bama is gonna come out here with a lot to prove. I think this is a very big spot for them, whether they're the Bama that we know, or if they're a different Bama. And they seem like a different Bama, but I think this is something they get up for. I mean, I like Bama in this.
What's the spread there, Zach?
13.5. I think it's a lot of points. I feel great about 14 taking LSU, but I'm still riding with LSU. I think that's a lot of points.
Here's the thing.
Remember back in the day when Alabama and LSU was 6-3? Remember that game?
Yeah.
That's what I think every single time I think Alabama LSU. It's a defensive SEC football.
And you know what's crazy here with this LSU Alabama game is Alabama is normal. It's normal for them to be double-digit favorites, and most of the time they cover.
Yep.
So if you're looking maybe to like not really care about touchdown Tiger Town, then you can go to Roll Tide, baby, and I'd take the minus 13.5.
Yeah, like
just because they do that at 80% of the time.
Yeah. It always seems like fuck, that's a lot of points, but then you're like, oh yeah, it's Nick Saban.
Dude, what a better way to roll in than when I think about Alabama, I think about Mac Jones. And I think about what's going on there in that New England Patriot organization. Yeah. And let's roll into that. They're hosting the Colts this week. Patriots -5 and under a 40.
Sam Ellinger is going to get his dick kicked in by Bill Belichick. I think this is going to be another like where they might not put up a single point. This might be another Patriot shutout. Like this reminds me of like the Lions, like that when the Lions went in there. You put a rookie quarterback going in to it's in New England, right?
Yeah.
Boston. There's not a chance that the Colts cover that spread. I think they'll win by like probably 7 or 10. I think it'll still be close because Patriots have their struggles, but I think that Patriots D is going to eat Ellinger alive.
Is Bailey Zappi playing or Mac Jones?
Max the starter.
Yeah.
They need to take Mac Jones' ass back to the Cracker Jack box.
Well, he throws one interception, they will. Like that's what they've shown. Is like they're not scared to run that 2-quarterback system.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I don't think Jonathan Taylor practiced today either, did he?
No, I don't think so.
So I mean.
No, he was. I think they officially ruled him out. Actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Breaking news: Jonathan Taylor is out. However, Robert Kraft is putting Bailey Zappi on the front of the Kraft singles.
Okay,
What?
even more to
Just
bet.
kidding.
Even more to bet the Patriots. Yeah, I think they roll. I think.
Yeah.
And last week that game against the Jets, that was last week, right? Patriots Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That game hurt me. I had the Jets plus 2.5 or 3.5. 3.5. That game hurt.
What?
But yeah, I don't know. Patriots roll.
I love how you guys are just Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. In Foxborough, they don't lose.
Well,
They have.
They don't lose very often.
Well,
A lot of people are taking the Colts here, surprisingly, and honestly, that blows my mind. 46% of the bets are on the Colts. However, 93% of the money are on the Patriots. So be careful with that game. All right, let's roll on into the Carolina Panthers, Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati got destroyed the other night. It was a massacre on Halloween. I mean, no one dressed up and no one brought the fucking lube. It was bad. So let's talk about it.
I think
They're -7.
I think this is a Bengals get back game. I think Bengals win by at least 10. I think even without Jamar, I mean Panthers can't stay like they're
hot forever.
Yeah,
They're hot
and
for-
I wouldn't even call them hot
For
Like, it's-
Panthers, that's hot.
for Panthers. It's all relative, I guess. But yeah, I like the Bengals to win by at least 7 for sure. I think especially after last week, the Browns have always dominated Joe Burrow ever since he's gotten in the league, which is wild. But I guess a lot of players just have those teams that they can't really get over. I like the Bengals to bounce back here and beat the Panthers by at least 7.
What's the spread?
7.
7. And I think it's been going back and forth almost between 7.5. So you gotta be careful what you get.
I'm gonna keep pounding. I like the Panthers. Magic show rolls on.
I mean, it would be nice to see, but I just don't see how they could do it. It would be cool.
Nobody saw them throwing a Hail Mary last week.
Yeah.
And still losing.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that was wild.
That was wild.
That was
Covered though. We had that
What
plus
is it?
4.5, and
You
you
see
want to talk about
Pinheiro?
working for it.
You see Pinheiro taking a
Yeah.
selfie on the
Yeah.
game before. I was like, that's such a bad look.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, and he probably does it before every goddamn game, but you can't do that and then go miss 2 game-winning field goals.
Yeah.
Especially when your owner is in a full life crisis. I mean, that guy's getting half of Rock Hill taken away from him.
Yeah, but also if you're DJ Moore, you got to be smart and you got to keep your helmet on when you're celebrating.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to
it-
give your kicker a chance.
It is, but it's so hard. Like it that didn't help. But damn, man, I feel like that kicker should still make those.
Yeah,
Like wasn't like the
He's
was it
probably
like a
going, right?
36-yard field goal?
Oh,
That he missed?
He's canned, right?
No, they kept him. They said they're standing by it.
Oh god,
Dude,
This
you want me to
he
be
misses
honest?
one, he's out.
There's one player on that whole team they need to stand by.
PJ Walker.
Don't
PJ?
you dare say. I
He-
thought you were about to say Baker Mayfield.
Hell no.
PJ Walker. And I think you trade away Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I think you trade away Sam Darnold, Arnold, whatever the fuck his name is. No one's even talked about him in 3 years.
Did you see that The Rock was like, yeah, I think Baker Mayfield would be an incredible spokesperson for the XFL. And I was like, dude, Baker could probably get a check from The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I don't know, but that team's got a huge rebuild. I'm not going to go into this game mainly because I got fried by Cincinnati the other night when playing the Cleveland Browns. They couldn't do anything, and it was just hard to watch. And hopefully they were thinking ahead and they're going to run Carolina out of the building, but I just think they just weren't having it. I don't know what it was. But let's go into some Dirty Bird action. We got the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, we got a Chargers -3, I think, with over under 49, if I remember right.
Yeah, 49.5.
Yeah, I'll start off by I love this under.
I do too.
I love
the under.
Yeah. I think the Falcons.
Great run game. That's why.
Great run game. They're gonna pound that fucking ball, and the Chargers have been very underwhelming this year. And I don't know if Keenan Allen. I think he's questionable. He's out. Yeah. So I think that'll make them run the ball even more. I just don't see how they get to 49. I don't hate the Chargers -3, but I feel like Falcons sneaky covered, and that's Yeah, I feel like it's a game where I'm like, oh, Chargers, duh. But every time I've done that with the Chargers, I've lost that bet. So I'm done riding the Chargers, because I'm like, oh, they just have a high-powered offense. Mike Williams, fucking. Hunter Henry's not even on there anymore, but
Austin Eckler,
yeah, fuck Keenan when he's in. They have that Palmer. And then
Gerald Everett.
Yeah. So it's like they should be able to put up points, but I just feel like they always underwhelm me in that area. So I do like the under 49.5.
Well, you also got to realize, man, the Falcons are the #1 team in the NFC South currently. Give it to the Dirty Birds.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's a rough division.
That's yeah, it is. As a Bucs fan, I'm like, dude, we're in shambles right now. I mean, we're probably gonna go 3-6. I don't mean to get ahead of ourselves, but yeah, let's finish up here and then we can move on to that. But fuck, man, it is a sad division when there's a chance that if the Falcons lost. What are the Saints? The Saints, yeah. So if the Falcons lost to the Panthers last week, each team in the division would have been 3-5.
Yeah, the Panthers would have been the #1 team in the NFC South.
Yeah, because they beat us. We were head to head with both those teams. Yeah, that's so crazy.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish talking a little bit, pass it to Zach, but this is my lock +3.5. I like +3.5 game flow under. Cordell's back. He's been out.
Oh, is he back?
Yep, they're going to pound that rock. Pound it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the Falcons too. I think they keep rolling.
Yeah, +3.5. Might even want to throw a little slouch on the money line. So, I love that game. Really, really do. If you want to play the safe side of it, I would take +4.5 just in case something happens. There's a touchdown, and there was a field goal kicked. That way you have that. That +4.5 could be a cushion for some kind of shootout game that ends with field goal, throw down the field, touchdown. We watched that craziness last week. And in the under there, if you're going to tease it up, 52.5 probably and an extra field goal. I would if you feel comfortable. But let's dive into the Chicago Bears, Chi-Town's best, playing the Miami Dolphins here. -4.5 Dolphins, over under 45.5.
I think that line has moved to 3.5. I think.
I've got it at 4.5 still.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. Fuck. I don't hate it. I like the Dolphins. I think that they're actually my lock. But I had them at 3.5. But I'll take 4.5 too. I think they win by at least a touchdown. Yeah, I think I just don't think the Bears' defense has anywhere near the capability to keep up with that offense. There's just no way. And I love the over though because I do think the Bears' offense is actually pretty frisky, and they're kind of with the whole new system they got. I think with Fields running, they're playing to his strengths now, and you can tell, man. He's running. He looks like almost a different player from the past couple weeks to the first couple games of the year.
Yeah.
If you could split the first half of the season in half again, and it's completely two different players. So I think they're finally starting to click. They have Claypool in the lineup now, so that's even more of a weapon, another resource for Fields, and yeah. So I love the over. I almost want to switch that instead of no. Bears, Dolphins -3.5, -4.5, and the over on that.
Yeah, I like the over. I like the spread too, but I agree. I think Justin Fields had 200 passing yards over the first 4 games or something. And Claypool in the lineup now gives them a chance to score some points. Their running game's been decent. Justin Fields can run the ball.
I think Montgomery and who's the other guy? Herbert?
Yeah,
Khalil Herbert's a stud too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll be able to move the ball.
I mean, they did last week with the Cowboys. They put up 30 points.
I mean, actually, the Dolphins did just get Chubb though. I forgot about that.
I did forget about that.
I mean, I don't think that's. I think Fields will be able to get around. Like, I think he'll be able to get out of the way of Chubb a lot, and I think Chubb's kind of overrated, to be honest. But I think they'll still be able to get the ball moving.
Yeah.
But that is something to look for.
Yeah, I'm going to actually go against you both here. I am going to ride the Chi-Town. I think Chi-Town plus 4.5, and here's why. You said it. Justin Fields looks completely different than he did at the beginning of the year. You have, ever since that New England Patriots game 2 weeks ago, it's like a light bulb went off in the organization. They're going out getting Claypool for him. They're like, wow, Justin Fields is athletic. Wow, let's make sure he's running the ball more. Wow, wow, wow. It's like, okay, guys, you really didn't figure this shit out till now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's honestly how I feel about that game. That's why I'm going to stay away from it, but I do like Chicago.
See, we're talking me out of my lock now, so I guess it wasn't that strong of a goddamn lock. Because now I want to take that over. I want to switch my lock with the over.
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah, okay, we can switch that up.
Yeah.
All right, the next game we're going to dive into, I really, really do like. I got cooked by the Raiders last week. They're not going to cook me 2 weeks in a row. I'm not going to let them. You got Las Vegas Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that is going to be -2 Raiders. What you got, Zach?
The Raiders crushed me and Henry and the whole Gambl'n Garage last week.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree.
That was so sad.
That was awful.
I mean, dude, they didn't
That was
score a
another-
touchdown.
That was another Oklahoma State thing. Like, it was similar to that.
Yeah, but it was closer at least.
Yeah.
Like, at least the first half we were like,
Yeah.
it's 14 points, they can come back.
Right. That's true. That's true.
I've never had comeback like weeks in a row where I'm just like, my brain's crazy, right? Y'all know that, and we've discussed it. And I've never been
Very
like,
thoroughly.
wow, I just want to hammer the Vegas Raiders and Oklahoma State because you can't look that fucking bad 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I know.
This is the biggest, like, most obvious bounce back ever.
Absolutely. And they're even talking about getting rid of Josh McDaniels, and so you know he's going to coach a hell of a game.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, he's on the
They
hot
bounce
seat.
back.
Or they throw it and they get his ass out. But yeah, I agree. Vegas Raiders are going to
I don't
cover.
think Vegas wants to have two big coaching scandals in 2 years.
Yeah,
After John Gruden
True.
last year.
It's Vegas, though. I wouldn't underestimate them. You know, it's like what Mark Davis, like.
Yeah.
What have you seen his new house that he's like building? It's like a fucking like Bond villain lair. It's like
Must be nice.
you're like you look at it and you're like, there's no way that guy's a good person. Like you can't be a good person and have this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's morals don't belong in this house right here.
Yeah, he's probably got like 80 different rooms for 80 different things. And you're like,
Yeah, none of it's legal.
Yeah, none of it's legal. All right, man. Well, again, I like the Raiders there. I'm taking a money line. That -130 is pretty juicy. -1 is what it was at. It's at -2 now, so I would assume by Sunday you'll see it at -2.5, -3, maybe even 3.5. So if
Yeah, I
you
like
can,
it.
get the Raiders early.
Yeah, I like it. I think Trevor Lawrence is lost.
Yeah.
I think he's a lost puppy out there
Yeah.
trying to find his home.
And the Jags bought into the ETN hype, which I want both of them to be good, but I don't think they are.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have traded Jacobs.
Skol! Yes, sir. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Washington Commanders. -3 Vikings. Carson Wentz is 3-0 in the last 3 games. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to kick it to you two.
Okay, Carson Wentz is not playing. Taylor Heineke is. He's 3-0 the last 3 games. But
A lot going on up there.
I love the Vikings money line. That's the lock in the NFL parlay this week. They look good last week, even though I think they might have should have lost that game against the Cardinals last week.
Oh, 100%. They had that muff punt.
Muff punt.
Yeah.
All that crap. But I do think that the Vikings offense can outscore
Oh,
the
yeah.
Commanders offense.
They can outscore anyone in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Taylor Heineke as, he's just one of those feisty backups that comes in and gives your team a spark.
I would love to play that record this year. Backup quarterbacks, I feel like it's undefeated. Or it's damn close.
It's a good record.
Over 500.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't think that Heineke and their offense are going to be able to keep up. I really don't. I think that Kevin O'Connell will get the Vikings offense going. I think seems crazy to say, but Justin Jefferson has kind of slowed down the past couple weeks, even though I think he's had like 100 yards, but still like.
This is when you get that prop bet.
But I think I think we're I'm expecting another like big offensive week out of them.
He's making me feel like him and JT for the Colts, and Justin Jefferson, as far as prop bets this year, have been awful.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have Justin Jefferson on my fantasy team, and I just he puts up, he's obviously a top 3 probably wide receiver. But I feel like he's kind of been underwhelming the past couple weeks, so I'm expecting, I might get a little frisky and go 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson.
Ooh, I like that, yeah. Because when you say Justin Jefferson, I'm at the point where I'm yawning. I'm like, I'm not even tired.
And that's crazy, because you look at his numbers and they're good, but then you're like, yeah, I just expect more. And then maybe I'm crazy, and maybe, his first couple games, I was just like, holy, we're just always expecting amazing numbers out of Jefferson. And so when he puts up, I think he had 6 catches for 90-some yards, and I was like, that's kind of slow. That seems a little low for him. But, that's obviously still great, but it's just he's so goddamn good. So I'd like to see another big week out of him.
And they got Dalvin Cook. If you can have a good run game with Justin Jefferson back there, you're putting up points.
Yeah, and their defense, man, I know it was shaky, and they're kind of around the middle of the league in terms of performance, I think, but I think that's better than a lot of people expected. And I mean, Zadarius Smith, who they have now from the Packers. I think the Packers are still paying him however much money, and he's leading the fucking league in sacks or tackles for loss or something like that for the Vikings. Yeah, it's wild.
That's rough.
Wow. Well, boys, let's keep it moving. Well, is boys okay? Come on in, guys. They took that away from Survivor.
I know they did.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jeff Probst can't say, come on in, guys, anymore.
Oh, God.
He says, come on in!
That's tough.
I think the Gambl'n Garage are okay with saying boys.
Yeah, I know.
I hope you viewers are.
If not, we apologize.
No,
Come
we
back
don't.
and tune in next
No, we
week,
don't.
though.
Yeah, get the politics out of here. Leave it at the garage door!
All right. What's the next game we're running?
Oh. 1 second. Smoke a little ayahuasca. Just like Aaron Rodgers.
Jesus
We
Christ.
got Aaron Rodgers and the boys playing the Detroit Lions, and Aaron Rodgers minus 3.5 at the Lions. And I'm going to tell you, Dan Campbell is a man of his word.
I think I would love to see the Packers lose 5 in a row. I don't think I've ever seen that in my lifetime.
I feel like that is impossible.
Yeah, I thought it was impossible for them to lose 4 in a row. But here we are. And I love, I think if there's ever a time to ride with Dan Campbell, it's right fucking now. And I love the Lions +4 or +3.5.
Do they play anybody between now and Thanksgiving?
Detroit, I don't know. Have they? Yeah, I think they've had their bye already, so probably. It's hard for me, though, to want the Packers to go 0-5. It was one of those teams growing up. That's where my mom's side of the family is from, was Wisconsin. They're big Packer fans. We got the cheese head hanging up in the garage. But, I think I'm riding with the garage, riding with our fallen soldier, Bryant. Can't be here with us tonight. That's his lock of the week, +3.5.
He wanted to take a money line, but we're not allowing that because we're looking out for our listeners.
Yeah, we're looking out for you guys.
Yeah, because there's, I like it,
And my
I'm
fucking
rooting
self.
for it, and I'm rooting for it, but I just don't see how the Packers lose 5 in a row.
They're not good.
And so I'm just trying to manifest it.
Even Aaron Rodgers hasn't been playing great, so they're not.
Yeah.
They're not great.
Dude,
Yeah.
he got caught up in that travel shit down in the South America. That's what
Could
happened.
have made him better,
Not,
but it didn't.
it did make him better last season. That's what he says. He attested to that. But
Well, he also had Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And they
You
could
think
also,
they
and their defense was better.
You think they stuck that shit together?
I feel like their defense hasn't been, I feel like they've been underperforming relative to the expectations.
Well, he did have an MVP season after the first altercation down in South America, so maybe they just need to send him back there.
Did he win MVP last year?
He did back-to-back years.
Yeah, that's crazy because I think Tom Brady was number one in every goddamn stat last year. Like, I think Tom Brady was robbed.
Spoken like a true Bucks fan.
Yeah, all right, sorry, just look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
That's a lot of effort.
Speaking of Brady,
it takes a lot of effort to go through a divorce and a football season at the same time.
And it's showing.
Yeah, it's a lot. Give the guy a break, damn it. What?
Goat is not goating, right?
Yeah, no, he's not.
I've been telling you guys for weeks that it's the home life, and every week y'all say we're betting the Bucks. We're betting the Bucks. We're betting the Bucks.
I mean,
shut the fuck up!
I was at that game last week, and it was, the first quarter looked great.
Oh, it looked so good.
The first quarter looked great, and I'm like, dude, we're back, Super Bowl. Like, I was literally saying, like, to my girlfriend, I was like, we might win the Super Bowl again. And in the second half,
that is a true fan, dude. You're over here buying $12 beers, and you're like, yep. We're gonna win it all.
Yeah,
we're gonna win it all. Then first interception, so you're like, we'll be good next drive.
I love it. We were in the stands.
Honey, let's get some nachos.
I was pounding beers. We had this guy next to us, Chief and Sigs. It was hilarious. It was true Florida fashion. Like Florida showed up. I thought about it and I was like, fuck, man. Like, do I ask this guy? And I'm like, no. I was like, no. I'm severely outnumbered here. I was like, each one of these people is probably going to spark up a cigarette at one point during this game. Yeah. And I was like, kind of like looking around. I'm like, are we just chill? We're chill with this? All right.
Everyone's chill.
All right. We're ripping heaters. It's that kind of season. Although I think even if we were undefeated, there would be fans in the stands just ripping heaters.
Oh, dude, Florida is the home of
swamp
coolers and seats inside.
Yeah, it was quite the trip. I mean, Florida was just very Florida.
Yeah, it is. But best place for taxes, by the way.
Yeah, agreed. That and Panama.
Texas.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do something sneaky.
If you're trying to do something sneaky, you gotta go to the country of Cyprus.
Swiss bank.
Cyprus.
Yeah.
Cyprus. Listen to this. Cyprus tax treaty. Okay.
In case you guys are wondering.
In case you guys are wondering, you can get away with some serious, not tax fraud. It's more like
evasion.
Yeah, tax evasion. Yeah. By the way, speaking of that, didn't you open up your second bank account there?
Cyprus.
Yeah. It was like that was the new credit card I saw.
I'm gonna tell you, it's not tax evasion.
No.
Read about it. It's called tax avoidance. There's a huge difference.
Yeah, one's just a serious misdemeanor. The other is a felony.
Yeah, that's why you gotta get a big boat before you get to that point in your life. All right.
All right. So what are we on? Bucks.
Speaking of big boats, there's a lot of big boats in New York City. We got the New York Jets playing the Buffalo Bills at home. Buffalo Bills minus 11.5. Honestly, I kind of love the Jets. Plus 11.5, not money on, but plus 11.5. Their defense is something serious.
I don't know. That's what they were saying.
Sauce!
That's what they were saying against the Patriots last week.
Wait, everybody just say it with me. Sauce.
No, I'm not
Sauce.
saying it. I'm not saying
Sauce. Sauce.
Good.
Oh, God.
I'll give it to him. He's good. But the Bills are good. And they covered against Green Bay last week, right? Or no, they didn't. They won by 7.
Yeah, that sucked, man. That was the last minute. I think Josh Allen threw like 2 picks in the second half.
Henry had
We're talking about the Jets.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about the Bills against the Packers last week.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about, and now
I had plus 7.5 and they missed the fucking field goal.
Yeah.
I would have won $6,000.
That was rough. So that kind of changes what I was thinking, because for some reason I thought they were covering last week. So 11.5 points proves that it's a lot of points unless you're Dallas playing the Bears. So 11.5 points is a lot of points in the NFL. I'll ride with Henry. I like the Jets.
Sauce.
Sauce Gardner. I like the Jets too, but I think.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't like Zach Wilson against this Bills D. I think he's gonna throw a pick 6. I think a Bills
multiple.
A Bills touchdown, Bills defensive touchdown. Prop bet.
What's your favorite condiment?
Ooh, I mean, Chipotle mayo.
Sauce.
Chipotle mayo sauce.
Sauce Gardner.
All right, enough with the sauce.
All right, let's move on to the Cardinals hosting the Seahawks. That's -2 Cardinals, and the over/under there is 49. I'm going to start this off, and I'm going to take the Seahawks +3.5 if you want to play it on the safe side. But they were selling it at +1.5. I think they win this game outright. They've played each other already once this year.
Seahawks won, right?
Seahawks won at Seahawks, so they're
They're in Arizona.
they're in Arizona this time. So
Different teams, though. That was a different Cardinals team. They got Hop back. They looked.
Good point.
I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is.
They got Hop
he's
back,
the
but
man.
they lost Brown. They don't have Hollywood Brown still hurt.
Yeah, but you get one of the greatest receivers in the NFL back, and you lose a average receiver.
Right.
You're still coming out on top. I like the over in this game personally. If I'd probably bet it, if I had to bet the game, I'd probably take just Cardinals money line. But I think the Seahawks can put up points. Their running back is good. That rookie from Michigan State.
Zach, can I tell you something?
And
You can take Cardinals money line and shove it up your ass because I'm taking +3.5 Seahawks.
And I like it too.
I'm riding with Henry. I'm done doubting the Seahawks. Geno Smith, I think, is in the MVP discussion, which is wild. How can you not put him in the MVP discussion? And yeah, that
Young Geno.
and then Walker, the running back, rookie of the year,
Yeah, fire.
rookie of the year probably.
Yeah.
So, and Seahawks, they're kind of just like their defense has been playing well. Like they're kind of solid across the board. They don't have any huge, big ass playmakers. Like DK is like, but across the board they're solid. And I think they're going to keep rolling. I'm going to take the Seahawks with the points.
Beware of that game, though, everyone. 72% of the money is on the Seahawks, and they are not favored.
I don't like the Seahawks defense either. I don't think the Seahawks are great.
And maybe this is bust.
they're
Maybe
kinda
they're bust.
like-
I don't know. That's
they're like
maybe shoving it
not
up your
bad,
ass a
but-
little too much, but
Thank you for taking that back.
No, stay strong, dude. Seahawks. Shove it up your ass.
Any team that can score 80 points in a game combined, the Lions and the Seahawks, you have a bad defense.
Do we know if it's double XP for Call of Duty?
it's not. It's not until next weekend. Trust me.
Okay. Well, fuck. No.
Gotta go with Cardinals, man.
Oh man, it's not double XP weekend. Oh, this is.
The Cardinals have to figure out how to run the ball, I think. If they can figure out how to run the ball, they'll start winning more games, but I just think they should.
Who's their starter? Like Benjamin?
Yeah, because James Conner got hurt.
Yeah,
so-
without Connor, they're a joke.
Yeah, Benjamin had that one good game, and
Yeah.
I don't think he's good. I don't think he's great.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Well, let's roll over to Bucks country, smoking cigs.
Yeah, there's gonna be. I think there's gonna be a lot of cigs lit up in the stands.
If you're watching this, go buy your cigarettes before you get to the Bucks game.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Because
probably-
inside there, $20 a pack.
they're smoking them like they got cig vendors just rolling about Raymond James, just throwing them off, shooting them out the cannon up in the crowd.
And here comes the freaking tax
I'll
police
tell
out
you
of
what, I'll tell you
LA.
what, just going and hearing that cannon in person though, fire the cannon after every touchdown and field goal,
Whoa.
like, oh, dude, like it was just, I'm coming. Yeah, like it was so fucking cool. And I mean, like, yeah, I got just to touch on that game again, seeing Tom Brady against Lamar Jackson. I know Tom isn't the Tom we know and love from the past, but still seeing probably two Hall of Famers, two future Hall of Famers. I mean, one for sure. I think Jackson makes the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Just with how much talent he's got holstered in those fucking legs of his.
Yeah, well, can we get onto it? We got the Los Angeles Rams going to Bucks country.
But I'm not betting on the Tampa Bay being favored in this. I'm done. I'm done doing it. And Antoine Winfield Jr. is out. I think he was one of the only people that was going to be able to lock down Kupp.
Yeah.
And Kupp is playing. So I do like the Rams +3. I think the Bucks are just lost souls at this point. And
Honestly, you heard it first here, folks. You're going to have to go ahead and bet the Bucks because when a fan bets against his own team, he's at the mercy.
I'm not betting
Called
it.
capitulation.
I'm not betting it, but I'm picking just for the sake of the show.
Have fans
Rams
capitulated away
plus
from
I
that?
won't bet against the Bucks.
Are fans capitulating away from Tom Brady?
No,
Do you know
no.
what capitulation means?
I'm assuming like veering away from him.
No, capitulation means at some point you've suffered so much and you've been annihilated.
Yeah, and so they're turning against it.
Correct.
Okay, that's
and
And that's what I.
89% of the money is currently on the Rams. Fans capitulated. Can't go against Brady when the capitulation's
Well,
coming.
yeah, it's a capitulation station over here apparently. But
I like those two words together.
yeah, you like that?
Capitulation station! That's what my brain just went.
What's your function? All right.
Never felt so alive!
All right, but anyways, yeah, I have very little faith in my Bucks.
Yeah, I won't be betting this game either. The Rams have disappointed me. The Bucks are disappointing this year. Who knows? It could be a bad game. It could be a great game.
Yeah, it's two formerly great teams that are loaded with players that just have like bamboozled everyone.
Yeah.
They bamboozled the entire league. No one knows what to think of either of these teams because I think, both of these teams still have the opportunity to get right.
Yeah.
And so I think they're kind of at the same stage. They're kind of they're in like the same little sort of limbo that no one really knows what to do with them right now. And the next few weeks are gonna kind of expose everything, I think.
Yep.
So we'll see, but for now I'm sticking away from it.
Yeah, well, after you get through the Bucks and all the rest of the NFL, you get to the night game on Sunday, and you're going to end up getting Baltimore. Actually, no, that's the Monday night game. That Sunday night game, you're going to get Tennessee at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a night game. Plus 12.5 Tennessee, which in the NFL, anytime you're double-digit spread, it's a big spread. And 46 is the over-under.
12.5.
It was at 10.5 on Monday.
And Tannehill practice today?
He did. I think
Gotta go
they
Titans.
yeah, especially the way they just played the Texans. But then again, look at what happened to the Raiders after they played the Texans.
But the Chiefs and the Chiefs are coming off bye.
Yeah.
They're coming off a
They're
bye.
playing at home in Arrowhead
At night.
at night. That's such a hard place to play.
Alright, I'm taking the Chiefs. Fuck it.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs.
I like Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs.
12.5. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs.
Honestly, guys, I'm going to go against you here, and I'm going to say lock it in. I'm going to take, if I can get them for plus 14.5, I'm going to lock it into a parlay. And I'm going to lock it into a parlay that I feel really confident in going to hammer. Because that's... Patty Mahomes had his night game this year. So did Kelsey. 4 touchdowns in one freaking game. I had to watch the whole thing with a crazy buddy of mine. He had the best fantasy night of his life. He made like 60 fantasy points in 30 minutes. The guy's been at AA all week, you know what I'm saying? And then he looks at me and goes, "That's better than beer!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it must be, man." so like, they've had
Glad
that
he's found an outlet.
Yeah, he has found an outlet. That's official. We should probably find one for you.
1-800 bets off.
Yeah, bet responsibly. Never bet outside your means unless it's a lock.
Yeah. Except for last week.
And grab a loan if you're going to do that.
Yeah, another credit card.
All right. Well, let's finish it up here. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to be honest with you guys here. New Orleans, they've looked all right. Taysom Hill's done his thing, but no way they beat a team that's better than them just fundamentally 2 weeks in a row. And I think the Ravens are fundamentally better.
Yeah, this is weird to me. I don't know because we just found out. I mean, Michael Thomas, he's been out. We found out he's probably played his last down as a Saint.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Just to even think of him on a different team. But if he gets out of the NFC South and the Bucs don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore, praise God. But I don't believe in God, by the way. Henry just looked at me. Yeah. This is a godless podcast.
I'm a believer.
All right, so Ravens.
When I'm gone.
Yeah, -2.5 seems wild to me. I potentially want to hammer the Ravens here. I just don't see how Andy Dalton can keep pace with what they're gonna throw at him. I love the Ravens -2.5.
Yeah, I think the Ravens figured it out last week too.
Yeah.
I think they figured out what they need to do. They're coming off a long week, and the Dome's a hard place to play Monday night. I get that, but I agree. There's no way. I think it's a letdown for the Saints, and I don't think the Ravens have a hangover game. I think they continue on the momentum that they got from beating the Bucs.
Yeah, I think I think this is when. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we saw the Ravens kind of figure it out last week, and I think we see them start to perform like a lot of us expected they did. They just picked up Roquan Smith from the Bears.
Great
so that's
pickup.
Massive.
Great pickup.
That's massive.
They finally got that guy since Ray Lewis has been gone for all
Yeah,
these years.
yeah. It's like you look at the Ravens defense and you always assume that they have that guy, but they haven't.
Oh, when they have the two guys, they
And so yeah, I think this is them kind of like, they're all in. They're still all in on themselves, so I think I am too.
Yeah. Well, thanks to everyone for joining us this week. Max, I'm going to go ahead and buy you a Bible. I'm just kidding. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, no, I need kindling for my fires. So
Before we end it, though, we're going to talk about our parlays here.
Okay, yeah.
We
let's
got
get
2
over that.
parlays rolling this week. We got an NFL and a college. For the NFL, we're going Vikings money line.
That's Zach's lock of the week.
We're going Dolphins over 45.5.
That's Max's fuck up of the week. Watch out.
All right, I'm 2-0 on my locks.
Max is
What are you?
undefeated. I went 2.
And
Yeah. What are you, Henry?
We're early.
I'm 0-2, but I also have hit some bigger bets. So guess what? My bank's still rolling.
Yeah, but put it in the lock next time, asshole.
We got Falcons plus 3.5. And we got Bryant. We got the Lions plus 3.5.
Which that guy's not here because he's supposedly sick, but honestly his locks have been so bad. He's getting kicked out.
Him and Max were the only ones that hit last week, so.
And it says plus 875, but that will be a little higher because we switched I switched mine, and my previous bet was minus 140.
Max.
Stop. My previous bet was minus 140, and it's now just over at minus 110, so that'll be a little higher than plus 875.
Nice. Love it. Love it even more.
Yeah, it'll go in and out. And now let's get over to the NCAA locks of the week.
Yeah, so I'm rolling with Kentucky here.
Yeah, Wildcats.
I think Max is going Oklahoma Baylor over 61, which I love that.
Points galore. Points.
What do I got, Zach?
Henry is going with the Liberty Bibberty plus 14.
Woo! Liberty Bibberty. Every time they get a touchdown, I'm like, Liberty Bibberty.
And we're doubling up. We're doubling up on the Baylor game. Brian's taking Baylor plus 3.5 as well. That college parlay totals 11.25 odds. Take it. Ride with us. It'll be on the social. Let's make some money.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's ride. Have a good one.